Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, June 8th, 2020. Today I'm going to talk about the latest news regarding the possible return of Major League Baseball that has emerged this morning. Go over the results from the weekend's NASCAR races. Go over the weekend's KBO games and look ahead to the games for tomorrow morning. My latest MLB mock draft and my 2014 top 10 songs. All right, the virus, the return of Major League Baseball. Carl Ravitch of ESPN tweeted out something very, very promising this morning. And credit to Carl Ravitch for getting this information that the league has made a proposal to players, 75% portrayed salary, 76-game season, playoff pool money, no draft pick compensation for signing a player. Season finishes September 27th. Postseason ends at the end of October. Significant move towards players' demands and efforts to play more. And then Jeff Passan came out with a thread on how to understand the league's current offer to the players as compared to the latest offer and the possibility of a 48-game season. So the original offer was 82 games. Players receive $1.03 billion in salary and $200 billion if playoffs are played. Current offer 76 games. Players receive $989 million in salary and $443 million if playoffs are played, plus no direct draft pick compensation. And the 48-game option, $1.03 billion in salary, no playoff money. And then the structure of the league's last two offers are the same, a 50% cut on portrayed salary plus a playoff bonus. This one, bonus doubled, and with a $50 million playoff pool to be distributed to players, it would take them to a total of 75% of portrayed salaries if the postseason is played. And Passan follows it up. Players see it like there's getting less guaranteed, which they are. They're expanding the playoff pool, adds the higher potential upside, and the dropping of direct draft pick compensation unquestionably helps some of the best free agents. But players have held firm on 100% portrayed salaries. Every day that goes by without an agreement, the length of the season drops. And after hearing from players already about this proposal, the prospect of a 48-game season is looking likelier. Oof. They've been asked to respond by Wednesday, according to sources. One high-ranking official today said, in no uncertain terms, there will be baseball. The question is, will it be with the sides agreeing to a deal or with the league implementing a 48-game schedule, no expanded playoffs, and almost certainly a grievance filed by the union? Whether that last tweet, I honestly think it's going to be the former rather than the latter. I think they're going to agree to the deal. Do I feel good about it? No. I'm just saying that because I'm a half-glass full kind of person, and what Carl Ravitch said was promising, although the players don't love it, but they have to agree on this. I think they'd rather play 76 than 48. That's why I think that the Carl Ravitch report is going to happen. I really do. Because I don't think they want to play 48. So I do think they're going to agree upon the 76-game thing. And then John Heyman tweeted about the new proposal and the reactions of players that they weren't thrilled with it and not at all. I actually think they're going to end up agreeing with this because it's either that or a 48-game season. And I think the players rather have the 76-game season. They want to play more. And then Heyman tweeted, players have been steadfast in insisting on prorated salaries, and that doesn't seem to have changed. And then one thing that the league seeks in the new proposal, the right to expand the playoffs, and that is where the revenues are. Like in the previous proposal, the player pay decreases to 50% of prorated play if there's no playoffs. This time it goes to 60 from 75. Last time to 50 from 60. In any case, player agent reaction to new proposal generally is not positive, and the reaction ranges from small step to trash. And John Heyman wrote a piece yesterday on why he thinks that there will be a season, and he tweets 12 minutes ago is that the latest proposal potentially adds 2 more postseason teams to make it as many as 8 per league. So that makes it even more interesting. And then there's a greater chance for a team below 500 to make it if they agree to 16 out of the total 30. The total 30, but added postseason games makes so much sense with the missed revenue. So maybe the 8-team playoff per league will only be this season to make up lost revenue, and potentially next year too. But he's right, there's going to be a bad team in the playoffs. I mean, there are bad teams in the playoffs almost every year, because sometimes it's weak divisions and whatnot. Like, I didn't think the Twins were all that special last year, and they were exposed by the Yankees. So not saying that the Twins are bad per se, but there's always mediocre teams that make the postseason, whether it's due to injuries of other teams that were supposed to be good or a division that's not that great. Like the Cardinals that one year that they won the World Series went 83-79 and won a weak NL Central, and that was back when the Astros were in that division as well. Or maybe the Cardinals might have been a wild card, but they were in that division. The Astros were okay that year. They had Pettit and Clemens and were coming off a pennant. And then that Cardinals team went 83-79 to beat the Mets and then wound up winning the 2006 World Series over the Detroit Tigers. So, so there's a chance that you see bad teams in the playoffs. Like the Red Sox without Chris Sale could very well be in the American League playoffs. The Cubs or the Phillies could very well be in the playoffs, although they're teams that are, I think, arguably better than the Red Sox, and I wouldn't consider those teams bad per se, but the Red Sox I'd consider bad this year because they have no Chris Sale, and they do have some other issues that they're dealing with and whatnot. So you might see a subpar Red Sox team in the American League playoffs against the 1-seed Yankees. But that would be good for Major League Baseball, though. Anytime you get a Red Sox-Yankees postseason series is tremendous for baseball, regardless of the team's records and whatnot, despite one being so inferior to the other, which it's going to be the case this year, assuming this goes through and we have baseball. So, yeah, wanted to touch up on that baseball news. And then quickly for NBA, this is getting overshadowed because of the baseball stuff. And they have a new transaction window where all 30 teams can convert two-way players and sign eligible free agents during the quote-unquote transaction window ahead of the NBA restart. So that's interesting. And that would mean that like somebody that's a free agent could sign onto a playoff team that hadn't played for this season for whatever reason. So I think that's pretty neat. It's kind of like the equivalent to getting a buyout guy, I guess. Now I want to look back on the NASCAR from the weekend and look ahead to the week in NASCAR. We'll start with the Truck Series race from the weekend, which was an interesting race on Saturday afternoon. And the winner of that race wound up being Greg Effinger, which was a good win for him. So he winds up getting the checkered flag there. And then the rest of the results. Grant Effinger. Second, Austin Hill, who Jeff Maglicetti picked. Third, Christian X. Fourth, Todd Gilliland. Fifth, Zane Smith. Sixth, Ross Chaston. Seventh, Derek Kraus. Eighth, Brett Moffitt. 9th, Ben Rhodes. 10, Stuart Friesen. 11, Tanner Gray. 12th, Matthew Crafton. 13, Ryan Truex. 14, Sheldon Creed. 15th, Tyler Ankrum. 16th, Jeb Burton. Johnny Sauter was disqualified for a tire violation in the post-race inspection, so he drops from 17th to 40th, which moves Brendan Poole up to 17th, Raphael Lesser up to 18th, Ty Majeski up to 19th, and Chase Elliott up to 20th. Kyle Busch came in 21st, Timmy Hill 22nd, Angela Rush came in 28th, Bailey Curry 32nd, and then obviously Johnny Sauter falls all the way back to last place. All right, now we'll go over the Xfinity race results from Atlanta, and the winner wound up being AJ Allmendinger, which was a really big win for him. Second, Noah Gragson, so he almost came close to repeating for a second week in a row. Justin Haley third, Daniel Hemrick fourth, Harrison Burton fifth. That was my pick for the race. 6th, Justin Allgaier. 7th, Ross Chaston. 8th, Brandon Jones. 9th, Chance Briscoe. 10th, Anthony Alfredo. 11th, Michael Annett. 12th, Brandon Brown. 13th, Jeremy Clements. 14th, Brett Moffitt. 15th, Colby Howard. 16th, Austin Cindric. 17th, Riley Herbst. 18th, Bailey Curry. 19th, Ronnie Bassett Jr. 20th, Jesse Little. Jeffrey Earnhardt. 21st, BJ McLeod. 25th. Now I'm just going over notables. Joe Nemechek, 32nd. Timmy Hill, 33rd. And the Sprint Cup race. The winner wound up being Kevin Harvick, who dominated that final stage. So he deservingly won the race. Martin Truex had a great race. But he wound up not coming away with the victory, and was really doing well. He wound up finishing third. Kyle Busch second, Ryan Blaney fourth, Denny Hamlin fifth, Kurt Busch sixth, Jimmy Johnson seventh, Chase Elliott eighth, Brad Keselowski, that was my pick, he came in ninth, Charlie Logano 10th, Austin Dillon 11th, Alex Bowman 12th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 13th, Ryan Newman 14th, Matt Kenseth 15th, Tyler Riddick 16th, Eric Almirola 17th, Chris Bell 18th, Cole Custer 19th, Clint Boyer 20th, Bubba Wallace 21st, Chris Boucher 22nd, John Hunter Nemechek 23rd, Michael McDowell 24th, Matt DiBenedetto 25th, Ryan Preece 26th, Corey LaJoie 27th, Eric Jones 28th, Ty Dillon 29th, 30th, Brendan Poole 31, Daniel Suarez 32, Quinn Houff 33, William Byron 34th, Josh Bilicki 35th, Garrett Smithley, 36, J.J. Gilly, 37, Reed Sorensen, 38, Joey Gase, 39, Timmy Hill, and 40th, B.J. McLeod. Alrighty, now I'm going to go over the KBO games from the weekend and look ahead to the games tomorrow morning. So, without further ado, here we go. So we'll start with the games from Saturday. Doosan over Kia 4-3, NC over Hanwell 14-2, SK over Samsung 6-4, Kaiwoom over LG 5-4, Lotte over KT 1-0. Yesterday morning, Doosan over Kia 3-2, Samsung over SK 3-0, LG over Kaiwoom 8-1, NC over Hanwha 8-2, and Lotte over KT 5-2. So Lotte had a good weekend sweeping KT to get themselves back to their winning ways a little bit. New matchups for the next couple days. Tomorrow morning you have Kia and KT, Doosan and NC, Kaiwoom and Samsung, Hanwha, Lotte, and SKLG. Looking at the standings, NC is 23-6, Doosan 19-10, LG 18-11, Kaiwoom 17-13. So Kaiwoom starting to play a little better. Kia 15-15, Lotte's within 1 of 500 at 14-15, Samsung 13-17, KT 11-18, SK 10-19, and Hanwha 7-23. So SK's keep catching up to KT a little bit here to maybe they avoid the second worst spot. So who knows there? So they're making a little bit of a run. But what we know is that NC is by far the best, and then Hanwha right now is the worst. team of the bunch. And why not make a couple picks for the games for tomorrow as well? So Kia KT, I'm going to go with Kia on the road. Doosan NC, just not going against the Dinos. Kaiwoom and Samsung, I'm going to go with Kaiwoom on the road here. They're playing a little better. Hanwha and Lotte, I think that Lotte could potentially get another sweep here and get back over 500. And then SK and LG, I'm going to go with LG. As better as SK's playing, LG is just more superior to them. And now I'm going to do my latest MLB mock draft. This is my 5th edition of it. The top is pretty much chalk, but I made some changes throughout the middle and towards the end of the mock from Fridays. So without further ado, here we go. Number 1, Detroit Tigers, Spencer Torkelson, first baseman and left fielder, Arizona State. It seems like Torkelson is a no-brainer to go number 1 overall in this redraft, or in this, I should say, in this Major League Baseball draft. A lot of teams like him, and there's people that think that he could be in the big league sooner than people expect. 2, Baltimore Orioles, Austin Martin, third baseman, center fielder, Vanderbilt. The Orioles decided to go with the position player over the pitcher as they go with Austin Martin. He has a good hit tool and has a really nice swing as well. 3, Miami Marlins, Asa Lacy, lefty, Texas A&M. The Marlins are very thrilled to have Asa Lacy fall into their laps. They would have been happy with Austin Martin as well. He's somebody that has a good 4-pitch mix. Fastball and slider are plus or better, and then the changeup is a pitch that is trending in the right direction. 4, Kansas City Royals, Zach Veen, outfielder, Spruce Creek High School in Florida. Veen is somebody that is fast rising. He'd be a top 3 pick potentially in another draft. He's certainly the best high school player in this draft, in my opinion, and he looks advanced his age, and he's somebody that that I think could fall, but I don't think he should fall in this draft. The Blue Jays at 5 go with Emerson Hancock, the righty out of Georgia. Hancock has an argument for the best pitcher in this draft. I think he's somebody that could breeze through the minors and get to the big leagues sooner than people expect as well. His fastball, slider, curveball, and changeup is the same 4-pitch mix as Asa Lacy, and he isn't electric as Lacy with those pitches, but he is more polished and has better command with those pitches. 6, Seattle Mariners, Max Meyer, lefty, Minnesota. This is the highest I've had Meyer in my mocks. He's somebody that comes with a lot of risks because he's somebody that was a former closer and doesn't have much starting experience. The Mariners have a good farm system, and you can make a case that they can afford a risk like this. And if it pays off, good for them. 7, Pittsburgh Pirates, Nick Gonzalez, second baseman, New Mexico State. So Pittsburgh lands a steal here at Gonzalez. So they should go with pitching, but I have them going with the position player who falls to them, and the fan base can sell them on the second baseman of the future if they feel that way. And some teams don't feel good about Gonzalez because of the good numbers against lesser teams. And he's not a good defensive player either. 8, San Diego Padres, Robert Hassel III, outfield, Independence High School, Tennessee. The Padres are a team that's not under much pressure in this draft because they have a loaded farm system. And they land the prep player in Hassel, and it's someone that could go possibly a little higher than this because of his hitting ability and bat control. Like, I won't be dumbfounded if Pittsburgh picks him at 7. 8, Colorado Rockies, Heston Kjerstad, outfield, Arkansas. The Rockies should go with pitching here, but there's rumors out there that the Rockies don't love any of these pitchers, which is crazy. So here I have them going with Kjerstad, who's arguably the best player available, position player-wise, at this spot. Many people compare him to Rhys Hoskins because of his power. 10, Los Angeles Angels, Reed Detmers, lefty, Louisville. So Detmers falls into the Angels' laps. They're very happy. The Angels really need pitching in their system as well. And they land themselves a very neat prize here at the 10th pick with Detmers. 11, Chicago White Sox, Patrick Bailey, catcher, NC State. The White Sox are a bit of a wild card here with this pick. They should go with Patrick Bailey here, as I talked about in my podcast for their draft preview and prospects, because they really don't have a catcher of the future. They thought about that with Zach Collins, but he really hasn't panned out to what they thought. And then they signed Yasmani Grandal. So Patrick Bailey would be a really good pick here by Chicago. And he's somebody that could possibly go higher than this, because I saw him mocked 9th to Colorado. 12th, Cincinnati Reds, Austin Hendrick, outfield, West Allegheny High School, Pennsylvania. Hendrick is somebody that is a fast riser as we head to the draft. He's the best power hitting prep player in the draft, although the strikeouts are pretty high. He actually reminds me of somebody that the Reds had in their farm system not long ago in Taylor Trammell, so that's really interesting that I have Hendrick to Cincinnati. 13, San Francisco Giants, Garrett Crochet, lefty, Tennessee State. This would be a really good pick by the Giants. There's a lot of concerns about him because of an early season injury, but they love this kid because I've heard comps to him to Madison Bumgarner, because he's a lefty and due to his control and command. Maybe the Giants convinced themselves about that one, so they go with Crochet here. Crochet. 14, the Texas Rangers, Garrett Mitchell, center fielder, UCLA. Mitchell is a prospect that is dropping in a lot of mock drafts and could go further than this on draft night, or drop further than this. He's a great athlete and generates a ton of power and speed, but there's risk due to his swing and miss concerns and his type 1 diabetes. 15, Philadelphia Phillies, Tyler Soderstrom, catcher, outfielder, Turlock High School, California. The Phils can go in a number of directions here. Soderstrom is one of the best all-around high school bats in the country and could go higher than this since he is very well-rounded. 16, Chicago Cubs, Cade Cavalli, righty, Oklahoma. The Cubs land a possible steal here with the selection. Cavalli was the ace of the Sooner Saps, who people are mixed on because of his injury issues, and he's somebody that is intriguing because his fastball is very good and he can strike guys out. 17, the Boston Red Sox. Mick Abel, righty, Jesuit High School in Oregon. A top prospect who was hurt by the shortened 2020 season falls here to the Red Sox. The righty has a clean, fluid delivery that offers projection and the potential for him to have 3 above-average pitches, and has all the makings of being a top-of-the-rotation arm. 18, Arizona Diamondbacks. Pete Crow Armstrong, outfield, Harvard Westlake High School, California. The Diamondbacks go with an upside play here with Armstrong, who could possibly go higher than this. The left-handed hitting center fielder has 5-tool potential and is a prototypical top-of-the-lineup hitter with the defensive abilities to stick in center. 19, New York Mets. Ed Howard, shortstop, Mount Carmel High School, Illinois. The Mets can go in a number of directions here at this selection. Here I have them snagging the talented prep shortstop in Howard, who has the ability to make all the plays necessary to stick at shortstop, and he stands out and can seem to cover ground effortlessly without having a plus speed tool. 20, Milwaukee Brewers. Clayton Beeter, righty, Texas Tech. The Brewers have perhaps the worst farm system in baseball, and they need to nail this pick. Beeter is rising up draft boards due to his big velocity on the fastball and great spin on the outpitch curveball. 21, St. Louis Cardinals. Cole Wilcox, righty, Georgia. Wilcox is one of the more underrated arms in this class, and the Cardinals would gladly take him here. Wilcox leans on 2+ pitches in the fastball and slider, but he's only a sophomore that doesn't have much starting experience. 22, Washington Nationals. Jared Kelly, righty, Refugio High School, Texas. The Nationals got themselves a steal here with the prep arm in Kelly, who many people think can go in the top 15. Many people project Kelly to be a frontline starter and has confidence in his swing and miss changeup and displays potential with the slider. 23, Cleveland Indians. Nick Bitsko, righty, Central Bucks East High School, Pennsylvania. This pick could really turn out to be a steal for the Indians. Bitsko is someone that could drop out of the first round due to the lack of information due to the shortened season, but he is just as advanced as any prep arm in the pitch field department. 24, Tampa Bay Rays. Dylan Dingler, catcher, Ohio State. The Rays are in good shape in terms of their farm system, so there's no pressure on them to make a certain selection. Catchers who can stay behind the plate and are hard to find. Dingler is athletic with great defensive skills and could go earlier than this potentially. 25, Atlanta Braves. Bryce Jarvis, righty, Duke. The Braves are another team that's in great shape in terms of their farm system. Here I have them selecting Jarvis, who is rising up draft boards, and he can blow through the minor leagues and can potentially be in the big leagues this season. 26, Oakland Athletics. Nick Lofton, shortstop, Baylor. The A's have a recent history of taking college players, and they take one here with Lofton. He is someone that a lot of people feel will go higher than this due to his bat-the-ball skills and his ability to stay up the middle defensively. 27, Minnesota Twins. Slade Sassoni, righty, Miami. The Twins should be going for a pitcher with this selection, and here I have them snagging one with Sassoni. Many people project Sassoni to be a reliever in the future due to his pure stuff measures and how it measures up against a lot of other college arms. 28, New York Yankees. Aaron Sabato, first baseman, North Carolina. Sabato is someone that is a last-minute fast riser as the draft approaches this week. He is not a great defensive player, but has the bat from a power and plate discipline standpoint for him to be taken in the first round. 29, Los Angeles Dodgers. Chris McMahon, righty, Miami. The Dodgers are a team that's not under pressure in this draft because their farm system's absolutely loaded, so they will probably go with whom they feel is the best player available. McMahon is somebody that shows an exciting three-pitch mix that all possesses above average or better qualities, and he's somebody that I think could also blow straight through the minors and into the big leagues sooner rather than later. And now my top 10 songs of 2014. Interesting list. This was a tough call. There's a lot of good songs that came out in 2014. A couple honorable mentions for you. A Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay, which is one of Coldplay's better songs over the last 10 years. Fancy by Iggy Azalea, a rap song that is a pretty party song that got a lot of people excited. And This Is How We Roll by Florida Georgia Line, a fun country song that did wind up getting a little overplayed. And now my top 10. Number 10, American Kids, Toby Keith. Came out in June of 2014 off of Chesney's album, The Big Revival. Country song, 3 minutes long. Rodney Clawson, Luke Laird, and Shane McAnally all wrote the song, and then Chesney and Buddy Cannon were the producers. 9, Stay With Me, Sam Smith. This song was awesome. By the way, the monster from The Masked Singer performed this in the first season, which was T-Pain, and that was the best rendition I ever heard of this song. Came out in April of 2014 off of Smith's album, In the Lonely Hour. Almost a 3-minute song. A very soulful song written by Smith, James Napier, William Phillips, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne, and produced by Jimmy Napes, Steve Fitzmaurice, and Rodney Jerkins. 8th, Shake It Off, Taylor Swift. This is one of Taylor Swift's better songs off her album 1989. Came out in August of 2014. A very dancey pop song. 3 minutes and 39 seconds long, written by Swift, Max Martin, and Shellback, and Martin and Shellback produced the song as well. 7th, Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon off their album Talking Is Hard. Came out in September of 2014. A very dance pop type of song, 3 minutes and 17 seconds long. Written by Ben Berger, Eli Maiman, Ryan McMahon, Nicholas Patrica, Kevin Ray, Sean Wagaman, and produced by Tim Pagnotta. 6th place, Uptown Funk, Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars from the album Uptown Special. Came out the end of 2014. A very dancey pop type of song, disco. The album version of the song is 4 minutes and 30 seconds long. The radio version is just under 4 minutes. The song was written by Ronson Mars, Philip Lawrence, Jeff Bashker, Nicholas Williams, Devin Gillespie, Charles Wilson, Robert Wilson, Ronnie Wilson, Rudolph Taylor, and Lonnie Simmons, and produced by Ronson, Bashker, and Bruno Mars. 5th place, Rather Be by Clean Bandit and Jess Glynn from the album New Eyes, came out in January of 2014. A very dance pop type of song, 3 minutes and 47 seconds long. Written by Jack Patterson, James Napier, Nicole Marshall, and Grace Chotto, and produced by Chotto and Patterson as well. 4th place, Anaconda, Nicki Minaj, off her album The Pink Print, came out in August of 2014, a hip-hop rap song. The album version is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. The radio version is 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Written by Anika Mirage, Jamal Jones, Jonathan Solane, Myvit, Ernest Clark, Marcos Palacios, Ralph Thane, and Anthony Ray, and produced by Paulo Dodon, Anoximus, The Interns, and DJ Spider. 3. Love Runs Out by One Republic off the album Native, came out April of 2014. A very fun, high uptail pop type of song. 3 minutes and 44 seconds long. Written by Ryan Tedder, Brent Kutzel, Drew Brown, Zach Ficklins, and Eddie Fisher, and produced by Tedder, who's obviously the lead singer of the band. Number 2, The Knights, Avicii, one of their really good songs off the Days the Knights EP. The Knights came out in December of 2014. A very electro dance type of song. 2 minutes and 56 seconds long. Written by Tom Bergling, Nicholas Furlong, Gabriel Benjamin, Jordan Sukoff, and John Feldman, and produced by Avicii and Arash Pournouri. And number 1 on the list for top 10 songs of 2014, Drunk on a Plane by Dierks Bentley off his album Riser, came out April of 2014. A fun country song, 4 minutes and 14 seconds long, written by Bentley, Chris Tompkins, and Josh Keir, and produced by Ross Copperman. And that's it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow with another mock draft, my 2014 top 10 movies, latest news with baseball, basketball, and any other sports, and as they return from the coronavirus pandemic, and any other news that comes out in the world of sports, I'll have for you as well, and we'll also go over KBO as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.